You're not helping your partner by being nice to them. You're actually hurting them. Let me cook. You trying not to hurt your partner's feelings is actually making things worse. Meaning, you're trying to be overly nice, right? In respect of trying to protect your partner's feelings, trying not to hurt their feelings, but in the process, you wind up hurting their future. You wind up hurting the person that they are supposed to become, who they're trying to become internally, even if they're unaware of it consciously. You're hurting their potential for their biggest and best blossom and growth as a person by trying to go out of your way, being overly nice to protect and coddle their feelings. Now, obviously, no one wants to be a jerk in a relationship. That's never the goal. You never should, right? Actually, that's the lack of doing what you're supposed to do, which is leading with love, right? But the goal shouldn't be to be nice, right? It should be to be kind. There is a difference. See, when you're being kind, that means you do have thoughtfulness and consideration and care for your partner, and you treat them as such. But sometimes doing that means saying and telling them the things that they don't want to hear, the stuff that is pivotal to their growth. Because your first number one job in your relationship, always, you and your partner both, is to come to serve. And you are failing in your job if you're putting more work into coddling and making them feel good and trying to be nice to their feelings whenever it doesn't reflect your truth. It doesn't reflect their truth, right? So then you're lying to them for what you would claim is justifiable reasons, good reasons, right? I'm being nice. You have to build the muscle of being comfortable, sitting in the uncomfortable for your partner's betterment and for yours, and ultimately for you guys both as a unit. Stop telling your woman that comes to you and asks, hey, honey, am I, you think I've put on too much weight? Stop telling her, oh no, if you don't believe that to be true. If you think she has, then tell her that, right? If you think she's at a space to where it's not healthy for her, the weight she has on her, then let her know that, right? That way, she may not want to hear that most, but at least if it's coming from a loving space, not you trying to condemn or criticize her for not being perfect or whatever the stuff is, right? But maybe that helps her to think, oh, okay, let me be mindful of how I'm taking care of myself. Maybe that will encourage her to, maybe make sure she's eating better, to be healthy for herself, right? Because you love her enough to tell her the truth. Stop telling your man it's okay that he never finishes any project he's working on, or he's not making any progress in whatever he's trying to build in life. Stop telling him, oh, you'll just get there, when really you don't think it's okay. You're really concerned. You're worried that I don't know if I'm going to be safe and good with him, right? I don't know if he has us. I don't know if he has me, if I'm protected and safe with him and provided for. I don't know if that's going to be the case. No, tell him, hey, you got to figure something out. You got to dig in more, right? Don't condemn him, obviously, right? You could, encourage him, but don't tell him it's okay to just keep stewing and sitting there and not being efficient and not being on his game and not going to get the job done, right? Sticking committed to something and seeing it through. Stop letting him off the hook. It's not helping him. It is hurting him. Or stop being silent in your relationship, right? Stop being quiet and biting your tongue about things that really bothers you, right? But because the awkwardness of the conflict of the conversation, going through the dialogue is so uncomfortable for you that you rather be silent than speak up because your partner, they turn up on you every time or they try to get hype because they don't have the emotional intelligence to actually talk through the situation calmly. So you rather just avoid it altogether because it's more uncomfortable to go through talking through it than to sit silently and suffer with whatever you don't like. You're not helping yourself, and you're absolutely not helping your partner. They're not learning that they must learn to control and regulate their emotions to work through things with you to keep you in their life. They're not learning that, oh my gosh, my partner is over here slowly disintegrating, and I am a root contributor to that, and I need to focus on caring for them enough to want to change something. right? If you're just being quiet and you're saying that, oh, no, it's okay, or it's no problem, and you keep working around it, you're building resentment within yourself and you're damaging their ability to grow into the partner that you actually want them to be and you need them to be the right person for you. End of the day, stop spending more time trying to be nice and spend more time trying to live in your truth in a loving way. There is a difference. And to be honest with you, what it boils down to, in the real ugly truth behind it all, no pun intended, is whenever you are spending more time trying to be overly nice to someone, even if it's not your partner, right? It could be anyone, family member, or friend. You're trying to be overly nice to the point to where you tell little white lies, not to hurt their feelings and so forth. You're not actually doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. It's a very selfish thing to do. You're doing it because it feels too uncomfortable and awkward for you to sit in front of them and tell them your truth for how you feel they may react and respond. And it's uncomfortable for you to see them not maybe be happy or maybe shed a tear or feel emotional from what you just said to them. That's not comfortable for you. So therefore, you get to avoid that by telling them little sweet white lies. Only problem is it's not so sweet whenever they get poor, tangible outcomes and results because you and maybe other people in their lives keeps feeding them narratives that doesn't support their growth. And if anything, it just hinders it. So love your partner enough to stop telling them nice lies and instead start telling them loving truths. Let's get it.